4 times?
Yeah.
Oh, my good gracious.
It happened up here on the second floor. One man lived in that apartment. The other man lived here. The two men were next-door neighbors. Police say 69-year-old Ransford Forbes stabbed the older man, whom neighbors called Fred. Robert Brannon lives down the hall.
I don't know what it was about. I do not know.
But this neighbor say the two men involved in today's bloody altercation had a recent history of problems.
I know they had a argument about 2 or 3 times.
They have had arguments in the past?
Very bad arguments. One threatening the other, and the other threatening the other. And,
The stabbing victim is at Brookdale Hospital in stable condition. Neighbors on the second floor of the residence are shaken by the sudden violence.
It's just something that's very frightening. The thoughts in terms two seniors would fight each other that way.
In Bedford-Stuyvesant, John Slattery, CBS2 News.
The police chief caught using racial slurs learns his punishment. Find out why some people say it's a punishment too light next.
But first, you don't need to be a huge baseball fan to know Jason Giambi has taken New York by storm this year. Coming up next, CBS2 sits down with the Yankees all-star first baseman. We'll be right back.
You know, I loved coming here.
Closed captioning on CBS2 is brought to you by the thrilling Toyota MR2 Spider. Get the feeling. Toyota.
And the 2-2. Swung and a miss. He struck him out. And Urbina nails down the save for Pedro Martinez. And the Red Sox win the first game of this 3-game set. A great pitcher's duel.
Now, Yankee Stadium tonight after a rain delay. The Yankees lose to Boston 4-2. Well, he's had some big shoes to fill in Yankee fans' eyes. Jason Giambi, the much heralded offseason acquisition.
So what have the first 4 months been like for Jason Giambi in Yankee pinstripes? Our Brett Haber sat down with number 25 earlier.
It seems pretty hard to fathom now, but first month and a half of the season, you were getting a smattering of boos from the crowd here in the Bronx, and you handled it with such poise. You knew that they were waiting for a reason to cheer for you. Yet other players have felt that pressure in this city and melted and never recovered. Why didn't you?
I just never lost any confidence. You know, like I said, I was booing myself inside. I wanted to do well. I wanted to give them something to cheer about. You know, I loved coming here playing as a visiting player, and I knew all I had to do was just get comfortable. My routine got kind of, had been shaken up from, not having my brother sitting alongside of me, new manager, new teammates, and I just had to get used to my new atmosphere. And I think subconsciously I was trying a little bit too hard, but once I relaxed and finally I knew my game would be there, that was a nice thing of, I guess having my success in Oakland, that I had a little bit of confidence coming here, a few awards that I'd won, and coming over, I just knew it was just a matter of time, so don't get down on myself and just kind of take it all in.
Let's be honest, in Oakland, you were the guy. Certainly offensively, you were the guy. I wonder if you preferred that, or do you prefer being here with Derek and Clemens and Mo and Messina and Wells and just being one of the lunch pail guys?
I enjoyed both of them. It didn't really bother me, either way. I mean, that was a gift given to me by my teammates by calling me, team leader or captain or whatever. I mean, you just go out there and you play every single day, and bottom line, it's about winning. Whether you're hitting 3rd or 9th in the lineup, your job is to play your part. Just like when I came over here, my job is to be one of the pieces of the puzzle to win a world championship.
Clearly, if Rafael Palmeiro can do a Viagra commercial, that had to make it just a no-brainer easy for you to do an underarm commercial. I mean, that's a piece of cake, right?
Yeah, definitely. They didn't approach me with the Viagra commercial, but
would you have had that?
I don't know. I'd have to talk to Mama first. Mama would have been the one that okayed that.
I remember back in spring training, the first day that you met Mr. Steinbrenner, and we were kind of eavesdropping when you went up to him and said, "Thank you for making my dream come true." I wonder, 4 months down the road, has the reality lived up to the dream?
Oh, it's still a dream today. I get to come to Yankee Stadium every single day and be a Yankee and put on the pinstripes. My dad was a huge, Mickey Mantle fan and Yankee fan. So, I mean, I guess if that's my one gift to repay my father for all the times that, batting practice and taking me to, practice and, buying me a mitt and the bat and, finding all those funds, I guess that's my one gift I could give back.
Jason Giambi, keep it here. Brett will have all of tonight's Red Sox highlights, plus the rest of the day in sports.
Did turn out to be a Red Sox night, didn't it,
Yeah,
for
it did.
the Yankees? Oh, well, they'll be at it tomorrow.
Yeah, that rain slowed it down a little bit.
Rough weather. We saw Mary Calvi's story. A lot of people had to endure some damage tonight from the storms.
Yeah, David Rogers standing by with all of that and the weekend weather.
Yeah, good news is all that activity has now moved away to our south. The cold front slowly moving to the south, and that means things are going to start to quiet down. The concern comes tonight with some of the patchy fog left over. A lot of moisture still in the atmosphere. Big number right now at Central Park, 71 degrees. Light wind out of the west at about 6 miles per hour. Look at the humidity, 100% right now. Barometer is still falling across parts of our region. As we look at a broader view and take a look at the temperatures, Newton right now at 69 degrees. Out on the island, that's where some of the fog could be dense at times. Seaford right now at 71, and Brielle has a current temperature of 70 degrees. Afternoon highs for us today got up to 89. A lot of humidity out there as well. So far, our low temperature, 70 degrees. Officially at Central Park, we picked up 65 hundredths of an inch of rain. Sunrises tomorrow, 5:41, and sets at 8:24. Normal highs and lows, 85, 69. There's the record, 102. That was set in 1977, and the record low 57. That was set in 1924. All right, let's take a look at the futurecast over the next 24 to 48 hours. There's the cold front dropping to our south. Again, I think we'll start tomorrow out with some high humidity, but as high pressure starts to build in from the north and west, humidity levels will start to drop off. The bottom line, a great looking weekend coming up. Plenty of sunshine out there and seasonable temperatures, and looks like that's going to be the trend again Saturday and Sunday before the next heat wave moves back into our weather picture, and that's not expected to happen until during the day on Monday. So here we go. Your forecast in detail for the rest of the night tonight. We'll call it clearing sky. Still very humid out there this evening. 70 degrees in the city, and also be careful if you're going to be out driving late tonight, early tomorrow morning for some of that patchy dense fog. Newton about 66 degrees. Norwalk looking for a low temperature right around 68. Then for your day tomorrow, it's going to be a great one. Lots of sunshine expected. A few fair weather clouds left over. Temperature-wise, right on the money for this time of the year. About 84 in the city. Flanders 80 degrees. Greenwich looking for a high temperature right around 82. Let's take a look into the future with your 5-day forecast. And as I mentioned, nice looking weekend coming up Sunday. A fair amount of sunshine, 85 your high temperature. When you head back to work on Monday, it looks like we'll get off to a sunny start, but the humidity starts to build. Temperatures get up into the 90s, and late in the day we could see a scattered shower or thunderstorm. Better chance for that activity on Tuesday with highs about 92. Wednesday, some leftover showers and temperatures right around 84 degrees. So it looks like a great weekend, but I'll tell you, we needed the rain, and we got a lot of it, guys.
Heavy duty.
Yes.
Thanks, David.
You bet.
We have more news. Thousands of people will have their voices heard this weekend about what should be done at Ground Zero.
We'll tell you about a big town hall meeting next.
Weather on CBS 2 is brought to you by your New York, New Jersey, Connecticut Lexus dealer.
A slap on the wrist. That's what the NAACP is calling the punishment for a New Jersey police chief caught on tape using racial slurs. Acting Keansburg Police Chief Michael Kennedy has been given a 3-week suspension and will lose $10,000 as a result. Kennedy was caught on tape using the N-word and is accused of racially profiling a group of African Americans standing near an ATM.
Thousands of people will help decide the future of Ground Zero tomorrow. A cross-section of some 5,000 New Yorkers will discuss 6 redevelopment plans for the former World Trade Center site. The group has been invited to attend a town hall meeting that'll happen at the Javits Center. By the way, you can check out the plans online on our website, cbsnewyork.com. Dana?
A tall order for the Yanks at the stadium as they do battle with Pedro Martinez and those Red Sox.
And if you missed it live here on CBS 2, Brett Haber will have all of the highlights next, live from the Bronx. Well, the Yanks finally did play ball tonight.
Yeah, the turnout wasn't exactly what they didn't turn out exactly what they wanted.
Yeah.
A good turnout, though. Brett Haber among those who had to run for cover earlier tonight, Brett.
Yeah, it was a rough night. It was a long night. And, guys, I wish we had better news for you. This is, of course, the middle of July. This is the time that the Red Sox traditionally fold up their tents and go away, like they have for the last 84 years. Unfortunately, they didn't get the memo this year. They are, or were at the beginning of this night, just 3 games behind the Yankees in the AL East standings, and they have showed no signs of taking a powder. After 2 hours of rain tonight, they played this first game. Mike Messina for the Yanks, Pedro for the Sox, and Pedro was just dominating. Struck out 9, went 7 1/3, allowed just 2 runs, and as you can see here, the Yankees barely got a sniff off of him. The Moose was not too bad either, but his defense let him down on a couple of occasions. 4th inning, pop-up right side. Nick Johnson catches it, but then he trips over Soriano. That allows Johnny Damon to tag and score. 1-0 Sox. Then in the the 8th, more defensive issues. Offerman bunts. Posada throws to third. That's not so good. Nixon scores 3-0 Sox. The Yanks would make it 3-2 in the 8th. Posada up with the tying run at third, but he strikes out for the 4th time in the game, and that was essentially that. Sox draw first blood 4-2.
It wasn't our best effort on defense, I don't think. Yeah, they were in big places too, so. And it was a tough game.
That indeed it was, so Mike Messina pitched well, could not come up with the win. By the way, Raul Mondesi was not at the stadium tonight. He was hospitalized last night after experiencing shortness of breath. He is listed as day-to-day. Other baseball tonight, the Mets in Cincinnati, top of 5, Mike Piazza at the plate, and this is leaving the building. That's an awful curveball, number 20 for Piazza. The Mets led 3-1 in the 5th. And then take a look at this play in the bottom half. Fly ball to left here, and watch Timo Perez out there in left. He's going to catch this ball, but he catches it off the wall. Problem is the umps don't see it. They call it a catch. They double up the runner at second. A giant break for the Mets as they beat the Reds 4-2. Over in Scotland today, here's the thing for the rest of the field at the British Open. Tiger Woods yesterday could not hit a putt to save his life, and yet still he finished the day just 3 shots off the lead. Today, the putter was fully functional. Round 2 over at Muirfield. Tiger started the day 1 under. He finished the day 4 under. 3 birdies, no bogeys in his fine round. Phil Mickelson, on the other hand, a complete disaster. He hurt his elbow on this swing, shot a 76. He is 2 over par for the tournament. Most interesting shot of the day, clearly this from Lee Janzen on his knees in the sand, gets it out and gets it to within about 8 feet of the pin. Nice effort from him. But this is the guy who tore up the course today. Ernie Els shot 29 on the front 9, birdied 7 of the first 9 holes he played. He's your co-leader, but Tiger is lurking just 2 shots back.
I played beautifully the last 2 days. Hit the ball really well and hit good putts, and you just haven't fallen. You know, I've had a lot of lip outs, but you know, I've stayed patient, continue to plug along, and play the golf course for what it gives me.
So here's the board. Els shoots the blistering 63. He's tied for the lead with Moriyama and Harrington. 7 players are at 5 under, and Colin Montgomery, by the way, finished late with a 64. He is at 4 under. Other players of note, Tiger, we showed you, he's just 2 back, but by far the biggest disappointment of the day, Mickelson, the 76, had a couple of double bogeys. He made the cut just on the number. So that is the story from here in the Bronx. A dreary evening and a dreary result. The Yanks losing to the Sox 4-2. We're live at the stadium. I'm Brett Haber. We're all going to go swimming in the dancing waters before we go home.
Better days ahead. Thank you. Thank you very much, Brett.
If you have weekend plans, you'll want to stick around.
David's 24-hour forecast coming up next.
It's 1 a.m. I figure I can do that. You're all up late here with us tonight. You know, we appreciate that. And wondering about the weekend weather.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great. We prayed to Price today. Certainly some areas getting a lot of rain, but things are going to dry out for us pretty nicely. Tomorrow morning, look for a mix of clouds and sunshine, slightly lower humidity, and it'll continue to lower throughout the day. 70 degrees by midday, 79. Afternoon highs tomorrow top out at a very pleasant 84 degrees.
All right.
A good one,
Let's make it a good weekend. Thank you, David.
You bet.
Thanks for staying up late with us on Nightcast. I'm Dana Tyler.
And remember, catch all the news from your car on WCBS Radio 880. I'm Ernie Anastos.
The Late Show with David Letterman is next. His guest tonight, Ted Koppel. Good night. Have a great weekend.
And we'll see you on Monday.